So Clinton's lawyer, who interfered with the questioning about the staffer who let Epstein into the White House 17 times, who killed himself by hanging himself and shooting himself in the stomach. And we're going to watch next. She also kind of interfered when Clinton was asked about if he thinks Epstein really killed himself. This very lawyer is actually in the files. This is Cheryl Mills. Here's one of them. Only you can take a picture that makes me look so good. Thank you. Love you, XO. So we're just going to watch that clip again that we just watched.
Middleton committed suicide
Yes, I am.
in 2022. He was found dead.
So again, they're talking about the staffer that let in Epstein into the White House 17 times. He was found dead 4 months after it was actually... So initially they reported, this coming from Whitney Webb, that it was 4 times he was let in. Then it was leaked to some publication that actually he was let in 17 times. And it was only months after that that he was found dead, as Red Burleson's about to describe, in 2022.
Hefner Ranch, approximately 30 miles from his home in Little Rock. He was discovered hanging from a tree by an extension cord around his neck with a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the chest. So he was shot and hung.
Again, like I said, look at her face. Like, she's like, how dare you ask this? It's like, no, bitch, he's the one who let the dude into the White House. He was died under mysterious circumstances after it was revealed that he was lying about how many times he let him into the White House. And she's like, are you really asking this right now? Are you really doing it? And mind you, she's literally in the files. Only you can take a picture that makes me look this good, Cheryl. This bitch.
Well, do you have any information that leads you to suspect that he did something other than commit suicide?
No.
Okay.
Do you have any concerns that this was in relation to his knowledge or relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, given the date?
The president has already testified.
Again, like I said there too, she butts in right there. Why can't the president answer that, Cheryl Mills? Why are we not allowed to ask him? Why do you got to reset the tempo of the energy? Look at his eyes. Like I said already too, his eyes are like contemplating. He's looking guilty as hell. He's looking like super sketch. And here she is. I'm going to cut the flow of this conversation and make sure that he knows not to answer that. And Eric in the chat brings up, wasn't she his chief of staff during the term as well? She was, apparently. Let's read this. 29th Counsel of the United States Department. Cheryl Denise Mills, born 1965, is an American lawyer and corporate executive. She first came into public prominence while serving as Deputy White House Counsel for President Bill Clinton, whom she defended during his 1999 impeachment trial. Oh, so she's an OG. She's from the Monica Lewinsky days. She's an OG. Okay. She worked for New York University as senior vice president, served as a senior advisor and counselor for Hillary Clinton's 2008 presidential campaign. So she's in the mix. And is considered a member of Hillary Clinton's group of core advisors, self-designated as Hillary Land. She served as counselor and chief of staff to Hillary Clinton during her whole tenure as Secretary of State. And on September 3rd, 2015, she testified before the House Select Committee on Benghazi regarding her and former Secretary Clinton's actions and role during the 2012 Benghazi attack. So she's all in the mix for that. And actually, that might be a good segue for this. Because she was all in the mix for this moment in time. Remember this? She was all in the mix. She was advising him during this.
His presidency.
But I want to say one thing to the American people. I want you to listen to me. I'm going to say this again. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. I never told anybody to lie, not a single time, never. These allegations are false.
So this is in 1998 when, he had sex with Monica Lewinsky in the White House. So isn't it interesting that the same lawyer who was telling him to lie and say, hey, tell the public you didn't have sex, is also advising him now today. And he's saying, well, I had nothing to do. I don't know he killed himself. I don't know that my staffer killed himself. I don't know if Epstein killed himself. And let's not forget that Bill Clinton had to recant it.
Good evening. This afternoon in this room, from this chair, I testified before the Office of Independent Counsel and the grand jury. I answered their questions truthfully, including questions about my private life, questions no American citizen would ever want to answer. Still, I must take complete responsibility for all my actions, both public and private. And that is why I'm speaking to you tonight. As you know, in a deposition
I did get a blowjob in the Oval Office.
January, I was asked questions about my relationship with Monica Lewinsky. While my answers were legally accurate, I did not volunteer information. Indeed,
Again, I'm pretty sure blowjobs count as sex, Bill. Right? Is that actually the case? Like, don't blowjobs legally classify as sex? I'm pretty sure they do.
I did have a relationship with Miss
Didn't he like bust a nut on her dress or some shit like that too? I'm pretty sure that also counts as sex.
Lewinsky that was not appropriate. In fact, it was wrong. It constituted a critical lapse in judgment and a personal failure on my part for which I am solely and completely responsible. But I told the grand jury today, and I say to you now.
So there you go. And who was it? T. James said, lying then, lying now. So again, it's the same counsel who had him lying then. It's having him lie now, butt in, and she's literally in the Epstein files. You cannot make this shit up. Let's do one more real quick.
Personally and directly.
Here, look at how she butts in again when he's asked about whether or not Epstein killed himself. And here is from the files from Ghislaine Maxwell to Cheryl Mills. Is today really your birthday? It's the birthday of one of my greatest friends. It would not at all be surprising that you shared it. So happy birthday, darling. I'll have to do a bit of thinking. Hate you for being in Palm Beach. If it weren't your birthday, I'll call you. If it weren't your birthday, I'll call you what you really are for being there. So she's in the file. She's talking to Ghislaine. And here we go. Look at how she butts in again.
Do you believe that Jeffrey Epstein killed himself?
Are you asking him to speculate on how Mr. Epstein died?
I'm asking what the president thinks of.
So you're asking his opinion?
Mr. President, was your friend Jeffrey Epstein
Are
suicidal?
you classifying him as a friend who he has testified that he was
has
friendly?
called him a friend in a letter.
He said he was friendly, but not. You've asked for his testimony.
Mr. President, do you believe that Jeffrey Epstein was suicidal?
Do you know?
Was he ever
She's asking for the
suicidal?
best of your under.
I don't know what's up with this
I
clip.
don't know. I only know what the medical finding was.
There you go.
I think maybe he finally got caught. And I don't know. I've accepted it.
Clip's a little glitched out. Let's watch the one on YouTube. I mean, on X.
I'd like to ask you personally and directly, do you believe that Jeffrey Epstein killed himself?
Are you asking him to speculate on how Mr. Epstein died?
I'm asking what the president thinks of.
So you're asking his opinion?
Mr. President, was your friend Jeffrey Epstein
Are you
suicidal?
classifying him as a friend who he has testified that he was
has called
friendly?
him a friend.
When she's in the files, Eric says she is a good attorney. This is her job. Can't fault her for that. Which I guess is true, but it's like, can we get an attorney that's not in the files talking to Ghislaine? Like, can we get an attorney that didn't also have you do a dog and pony show to lie to the country? What is that? Is that 20 years ago or 30 years ago? That's 30 years ago now. Holy shit. 30 years ago when you said you didn't have sex with Monica Lewinsky and she was advising you then, only for you to later be like, well, actually I did. Kind of makes you think that you know about all this shit, dude. Ah, damn it, Bill.
In a letter.
He said he was friendly, but not. You've asked for his testimony.
Mr. President, do you believe that Jeffrey Epstein was suicidal?
Do you know?
Was he ever
She's asking for the
suicidal?
best of your
I
understanding.
don't know. I only know what the medical finding was. I think maybe he finally got caught. And I don't know. I've accepted it in my own mind. I don't know what happened.
Mr. President, what did you
Kind of weird. He kind of doesn't overtly say that. He kind of like open up to interpretation there too.
accept, that he killed himself or that he did not?
But he did, but I don't know.
Yes, sir. Thank you,
Neither do
Mr.
you.
President.
We don't know.
Finally got caught.
I'd like to ask you.
Yeah, so there you go. So there's that.